Hello, everybody. Samara Rivera here with VivaLaRiviera.com and Sassy with SassySays.com. We have a very special guest, my little sister. I like to call her my little sister because we were both born in Tijuana, Mexico, right? And we grew up in Southern California. Miss Selene Luna, La Diva.
Yay.
Hi, everybody. And by the way, I thank you for calling me your little sister. It makes me feel young. So I'll take it. Thank you.
So, Miss Selene, tell us what is going on here at Akbar, the Dog and Pony Show.
Well, this is my Dog and Pony Show. It's a show that I host twice a month at Akbar in Silver Lake in Los Angeles. And it's it's a variety show, but with a strong emphasis on stand-up. And it's a lot of fun. I'm able to book really, really wonderful guests. And it keeps me going. I love doing this show.
And I see that it's Jackie Beat and Mario Diaz present the Dog and Pony Show. Tell us about that.
Well, Jackie Beat and Mario Diaz are my best friends, and I attached their names to the show to help me promote, basically, so for promotional purposes. And I'm being silly, but actually they're an incredible support in my life, and so they offered to help produce the show just to help get the word out and just really support what I'm doing, and they wanted to be part of it, and I'm very happy and lucky that they do that for me.
Now tell us more about what you do in the show. Do you do stand-up? Do you do burlesque? Like, what is your segment of the show?
Well, the show, since it's my show, I MC the whole show. I host, and I always open with a stand-up set. But we do have our in-house burlesque dancer. I rarely do burlesque because I'm lazy. And with our
I hear that.
With our house dancer, we don't need me to do burlesque. She totally that's her department, and you're going to see her tonight. Mm-hmm. Her name's Audrey Deluxe, and she's really beautiful, and I'm one of her biggest fans, so I'm very lucky to have her.
I love that. So now, what is your favorite part? Do you love doing the stand-up, or where does your heart lie?
I love doing stand-up. Definitely my heart lies in stand-up. Well, but I can't really narrow it down to stand-up. My heart lies on stage, with stage. That's my favorite thing to do. I prefer live stage over on-camera work, just because it's unpredictable, and the energy's different every single time, and it's a shared experience with the audience and the person on stage, and so to me it's just funner.
The instant gratification.
Yeah, which I need.
Absolutely.
Who have been some of the performers that have performed with you, and what do they do? Mainly comedy, stand-up?
Yeah. Well, the show's been going on for 2 years, and I'm such a pothead, I really can't remember specifics. But we've had I'm just really lucky because I think I know the funniest people in town, and I'm able to book them. I mean, I've had Margaret Cho, Jackie Beat, tonight, one of my favorite comics, Susanna Lee. She's a great friend of mine. And so I have access to an incredible, eclectic mix of talented people, and they're nice enough to perform here.
It sounds exciting. Is there any nudity, any debauchery? What happens here?
Oh.
I know it's not like a Sunday at church.
No, it's not. And after all, we're in the back of a gay bar. So there's nudity every single show, and debauchery. I've been known to get high on stage, but that was an experiment. It blew up in my face a little bit.
Is that legal?
Probably
in the state of California. I don't know.
I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
Are you a card-carrying member?
Absolutely. Honey, I'm not an animal. Yes. Oh, I'm all for, I'm also an outspoken advocate for marijuana legalization. As far as being an advocate, it really just means I go and get high in public, and I don't care. That's my advocacy.
That works for me.
Someone's got to do it, right? Absolutely.
Well, I think we're all doing it in this town.
Very true.
Yeah.
So now you're a Cali girl.
Yes, I am.
What is your favorite part about being from Los Angeles and California?
Oh, I love being from LA, and I mean, I still think California is the most beautiful state in the union. I mean, I've been to other states, and of course, actually, America's very beautiful. Maine, in particular, is gorgeous. I'm obsessed with that place, but it's so damn cold, and I just think California is perfect. Although our California government is a complete wreck, but I'm still hanging on to the California dream that I grew up with. And but I love living in LA because it is fast-paced in the sense where I think a lot of people, most people around me are very ambitious and driven, but at the same time, they know when to, like, cut it off, relax. It's a very chill environment. You know, I'm able to live my Golden Girls lifestyle. Where, like, in New York, you could not do that.
Absolutely. And the weather's so terrible in New York all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough.
Yeah, they're having a tough time right now. It's like snowing, and so glad we're in LA.
I know, me too. It's very comfortable here. And for God's sake, I mean, you can practically smoke pot on the street and nobody cares.
Exactly. It's like New York in the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah, and they do. And speaking about being a Cali girl, you know what my favorite story is about you growing up?
Oh, yeah.
Who did you grow up near in the same neighborhood? Tell me that whole story real quick.
Yeah, well, I grew up in the city of Norwalk, which is the same town where Tiffany, the singer, grew up. So at one point in my childhood, we found out where she lived, and we used to go doorbell ditching her. My girlfriend and I used to knock on her door and run. So we were in the same neighborhood.
Were there any cat fights?
No. I never I never threw down like that.
I have to ask you a little bit about bullying and in high school. What was it like for you? Did you face bullying when you were in high school?
No, I actually did not experience bullying at all. I think maybe part of the reason could have been that, I mean, who's going to fuck with somebody so tiny? You got to be like a special kind of asshole. Right. You know? No, but aside from that, I think my personality overcompensated. I mean, I was always the class clown. It's really common, you know, for people to become the clown to avoid getting bullied. And that's really what I did. And I was pretty popular in high school. I had a lot of friends. And so nobody would really mess with me.
Lucky you. There are a lot of kids that are having problems with bullying, you know, especially now, and it's so much in the news. What is your advice to them and to sort of keep their chin up?
That's exactly my advice. Keep your chin up. Because if you're walking around slumped down staring at the floor, you're a target. And even if you feel terrible inside, don't look like you feel terrible. You know, you got to fake it till you make it. You have to stand tall. I mean, that's what I did, as tiny as I am. Nobody messed with me because I walked around campus like a chola. Like, if you looked at me wrong, I looked like I was going to cut you. Woo! Even though I would never. But that's, you know, it was a total self-defense, you know, survival thing for me. And you got to just walk proud and walk tough, because nobody will mess with you if you look like you're going to come back at them.
It's all about the attitude.
It is. Attitude saves.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you for that, because I know there's a lot of kids out there that will, you know, need this, and they need this nowadays. Yeah. But tell us about your other projects. You have a radio show also.
Yes, I have a new radio show that just started. It's on ubn.com. It's internet radio, which I actually am very excited to get into internet radio, because did you know that 45% of Americans listen to internet radio? So it's actually not a thing of the past. It's only getting bigger and more popular. So, and I'm very passionate about talk radio. I grew up listening to talk radio, and I'm a big dork about it. And a day does not go by that I don't listen to talk radio. So my friend says, well, why don't you just do it yourself? And so I'm doing it myself. So listen to my radio show. It's called Lunatic Fringe on ubn.com. And it also tapes live. We broadcast live and tape live. It's every Thursday from 5 to 6 Pacific time. I almost said specific time.
Specifically Pacific.
The Norwalk in me's coming out.
What subject matter is it? You know, what topics do you talk about in your radio show?
Well, on Lunatic Fringe, I have really great guests. They're either they're all friends of mine, really. They vary from celebrities to just colorful personalities. But it's always somebody really interesting. Next year in 2014, I have Elvira coming on, and Pee Wee Herman, Joe D'Alessandro. So it's always going to be somebody really cool and interesting. And we discuss things that I like to talk about. Everything from beauty, fashion, sex, suicide, headlines, marijuana policy. It's really anything goes, whatever's on my mind that day. It's a lot of fun.
So do you have any beauty advice to all the ladies out there? Any tips that you want to share?
Yeah, brush your hair, bitches.
Take a shower.
No, really. Actually, beauty, it's all relative. But I think just looking a little bit polished, like you tried, is nice. And it doesn't take a lot of effort. I mean, in 5 minutes, you can just pop on some mascara and lipstick, and you're out the door. And that's all anybody needs, I think.
Well, some of us need a little bit more, but I know what you're saying.
I mean, if you're just hitting like Trader Joe's, you don't have to look like shit.
True.
Right. You never know. You could meet your future husband at the public library.
Yeah, I mean, why else leave the house?
Exactly. Do you tweet about going to the bathroom, getting your hair done? What do you tweet about?
Twitter's,
Do you tweet about that special day in the month?
No, I don't. I do tweet a lot. I mean, I'm online a lot, and but I mostly am just promoting, like, come to my show, buy tickets, come to my show, buy tickets. And then I actually tweet a lot about shoes. I collect vintage shoes, so I tweet about that and post those pictures. And usually if I could find, like, a really gross photo of something offensive, I'll post it.
Do you remember what your last hashtag was?
Yeah, lady feelings.
Lady feelings. That's a good one. What was that about?
Hashtag lady feelings. It's an inside joke with my friends and I, but just about our dating woes, because anytime my vagina is involved, my feelings get involved.
Oh.
And then it just becomes lady feelings.
They're linked.
Yeah, hashtag lady feelings.
I love it.
I
love it. Any last words to your fanatics out there? I know you have fans all over the world. Any last words to them?
Well, thank you for checking out this interview. I'm really grateful, and I just would really love for people to tune in to Lunatic Fringe every Thursday from 5 to 6. That's where all the parties happening.
Right here with Selene Luna at Akbar in Silver Lake.
Yes.
Silver Lake coming out. Also, the Dog and Pony Show.